And this morning we're going to be talking about a heart-healthy food drive as I am visiting with Dr. Kevin Ritzenthaler from the Draeger Chiropractic and Laser Center as they launch this drive through the month of February as going toward Peyton's Promise for distribution. And Dr. Ritzenthaler, good morning.
Good morning to you, Pat.
Great to talk with you. And first of all, we should say that if folks haven't, the Draeger Chiropractic is located right at 2114 Schofield Avenue in Weston, just east of the Basil Restaurant. But let's talk about what you and your fellow doctors there at the center, what made you want to get involved in this food drive?
Well, Pat, as an entire office, every Christmas the staff and I look to donate to or work with some type of local charity. So leading up to Christmas, we were sitting in one of our staff meetings and discussing what options maybe we would have for this year. And we actually had two really good thoughts as to donating both to the local Humane Society as well as doing a local food drive for Peyton's Promise. And they were both such great ideas, we thought, well, why not do both of them? And so because we know that there is a drop in food donations to local pantries shortly after Christmas, we thought, well, let's put that in February, and we'll do our Humane Society donation as an office right after Christmas. And so that's kind of how the timing came about.
Boy, that is very nice. What did you do for the Humane Society?
Well, as a group, we got together and gave them a cash donation.
Oh, that's nice. Boy,
Yeah.
That's always needed. Well, now, you are collecting food, but you want to be specific, too. As a clinical nutritionist, you also have ideas of healthy food. Talk about that.
Well, it just happens to be that February is also Heart Health Month. And so we thought, you know what, why not coincide the two together and try and ask people to bring in donations that are geared towards healthiness and heart health. And so we're looking for those types of foods. We know that a lot of people who have to buy foods that are the most inexpensive, of course, they oftentimes also tend to be the ones that are the least healthy. So we wanted to give people options that were more on the healthy side, more geared towards heart health. And since February is Heart Health Month, the two just worked out great.
Yeah, and you also suggested the non-perishable type foods as well.
Of course, yeah, absolutely, non-perishable.
Not only do we buy, Doctor, but we also seem to go into our cupboards and something that hasn't been used for a while, we donate that. So make sure it's the healthy stuff.
Please, absolutely.
Well, this is great. Now, what is the best method to bring these foods? Just bring it right down to Draeger Chiropractic?
Absolutely. You can bring them right into the office, and of course we're asking our patients to help us out with this, but you don't have to be a patient of the office to bring in a donation. We're asking anyone in the community who's willing to help us out to come in and bring that in, and just as a thank you, we're offering a $150 gift basket as a prize, and every time you bring in a donation, for every item that you donate, you get to put in for the drawing for this gift basket.
Boy, that's nice.
Yes.
And the drawing will probably be made the first part of March?
Yeah, it'll be made shortly after the donation end, which would be at the beginning of March. And the gift basket itself includes a 30-minute massage that's given by our in-office massage therapist. There's a nice chiral water flow pillow in there, which are fantastic. I sleep on one myself. They're great. There's a multivitamin in there, a few other goodies, T-shirts, coffee mugs, that type of thing.
Well, that's nice. And, when we talk, too, about Draeger Chiropractic and Laser Center, sometimes the people that aren't familiar think chiropractic and they're just got their, I don't want to say blinders on to just the one thing that might be done, but it looks like you have a wide variety of things you do there.
Well, that's what we've always sort of prided ourselves on in the office. And this office has been here doing business for 25 years now. We've always strived to provide the highest quality chiropractic care, but it's not just chiropractic, as you mentioned. We have our high-intensity laser therapy here, which is the device that we use on some of the professional athletes that we've worked with over the years. We have spinal decompression therapy, nerve rebuilder technology, which is for patients who have peripheral neuropathies. Specifically, a lot of patients who are diabetic or who have gone through chemotherapy may suffer from stuff like that. And as you mentioned before, I am also a diplomate in clinical nutrition. So we do nutritional counseling, functional medicine, massage therapy, and personal rehab programs. So we do a lot here.
So someone that might have a back ailment or something where they think it's a joint or a displacement, that might be part of the problem. Might be nutrition.
In many cases, it can be. Now, when it comes to my clinical nutrition side of the practice, oftentimes I'm dealing with more chronic diseases, things that may involve diabetes and chronic pain, GI disorders, many of those type of things. But if you get back specifically to the chiropractic side of the practice, oftentimes nutrition can help those patients.
Well, talking again with Dr. Kevin Ritzenthaler, one of the doctors at the Draeger Chiropractic and Laser Center in Schofield, talking about their heart-healthy food drive to combat some of the post-holiday lulls, and all during the Heart Month here in the month of February going on, as each item will get an entry into a chance to win a $150 valued health and wellness gift basket. You also are instrumental, not only for adults, but you specialize too with pregnancy and pediatric chiropractic.
Absolutely. We do a lot of work with pregnant women. Of course, pregnant women frequently have back problems, and chiropractic care can really work well for them. And pediatric care, which is something that a lot of people don't necessarily understand kids may need. But the analogy that I use oftentimes is that just as kids need dentistry care, they need their spines taken care of too. And just because they're young doesn't mean that they can't be adjusted or shouldn't be adjusted. In fact, they can, and it is extremely safe. We use different styles of adjusting based on the child's age and size. So just because you may be getting adjusted one way certainly doesn't mean that your 4-year-old child may get adjusted that same way.
I imagine you've seen, since you have been there in 1986, you've seen a lot of technology changes to chiropractic medicine.
Absolutely, there has been. And the research has really, I think, driven a lot of that. The research that's come out on chiropractic care and the effects chiropractic care can have on all sorts of different conditions has really exploded in the past 10 and 20 years. But outside of chiropractic itself, when we use some of these adjunct therapies like the high-intensity laser, that's something that wasn't available 20 years ago. And even to this day, the type of laser that we have here is only available, a handful of places across the country have the type of laser that we have. So, we can do a lot of things now that just weren't possible 10 and 20 years ago.
And besides yourself, who else is on the staff, doctors?
Well, we have 2 other full-time doctors on staff, Dr. Jim Chabusky and Dr. Colleen, and Dr. Colleen is here. She takes care of a lot of our pregnant women and kids. So there's always a doctor here available and generally multiple doctors available.
All right. So, folks, you might want to check that out. And while you do, bring down a non-perishable item for donation. And that can be, just some examples: whole grain pasta, brown or whole grain rice, oatmeal, the high fiber side of low sugar cereals, whole grain crackers, canned fruits and vegetables, just to say the least. And it'll all be collected. And then, Peyton's promised this. What a great other community gem we have there is her efforts over the years of providing all this food to the food pantries.
It is fantastic, and we're proud to have partnered up with her. I think what she has done over the years is really neat, and it's great that we have her in our community.
For people that might have more questions, what's the best way to find out more about Draeger Chiropractic and Laser Center, Doctor?
Well, they can visit our website at www.draegerchiro.com, or they certainly can feel free to call our office, 355-4224.
All right. Well, it's been great talking with you. I know you guys are always active in helping the community on these fundraising events, so thanks for sharing it with us, Doctor.
Fantastic. Thanks, Pat.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Again, Draeger Chiropractic and Laser Center, Dr. Kevin Ritzenthaler with us on that heart.